Welcome back. We are making a lot of progress with our counter. We have the basic buttons ready. The counter increment is going well. All that is left is adding in the decrement buttons and the reset button. I would recommend you to try that as an exercise to make sure that you understood everything properly. So we would need to add a decrement button and we would need to add a reset button. Where would you add them? Which components would you add them to? And try and think about it before you see the solutions for it. Let's start with adding the decrement button. The decrement button is very simple, right? So all that I need to do is go to the counter button class and add another button and say on click this dot, let's change this to minus first, and let's create a separate method, or actually the other option would be to pass a parameter to the increment method as well. So I'll take the easier route. Let's just call this dot decrement. So I'll start with binding the decrement method. This dot decrement is equal to this dot decrement. What we need to do is copy the increment method. I'll remove all the comments which are present in here from earlier. What we need to do is we need to decrease. So decrement and over here I want to call the decrement method. We have not yet defined the decrement method on the parent. We'll do that quickly. So this is a decrement minus, and let's go to the decrement method over here. So let's go to the parent component, copy it out, let's call it decrement, and it should be minus, and we need to define the decrement method as well as a property. So decrement method, I'm doing it quickly because this should be easy for you by now, and this is this dot decrement. One of the things that you need to be careful with is the binding of stuff. So make sure that you actually bind the decrement methods, both of them, in both the parent and the child. One of the important thing that we are doing now is we are also maintaining the state in both the parents and children. Actually, we could have easily removed the state out of the children. I'll leave that to you as an exercise. So let's do +1, -1, +5, -5, +10, -10, +10, -5. That's cool. So we are able to now quickly implement the decrement button functionality. Reset should be a easy functionality to implement, right? So all that I would need to do is go to the parent and add the reset button. I'll keep it simple and not really create a component for the reset button. I'll just create a simple button, reset, and the reset button I would want to style it a little differently, and I'll add a div around it. Cool. So now we have the reset button. I'll add a class called dot reset. So I'll copy the button and say dot reset. So button dot reset. The reset button, I would want to give it a background color of red, and I'll give it a width of 200. Let's save it. Let's go here and let's say button class name is equal to reset. Cool. Oops, it's not really reflecting. Let's remove the button and see. Yep, reset button now has and on click. What we want to do, let's quickly implement that as well. On click, be careful, it's on click C caps is equal to, we need to define a JavaScript expression and say this dot reset. Make sure that you are not actually calling it. It should be the source reset as it is in here. And now I can actually implement the reset method. So reset method, before I actually do this, what should I do? I should bind it, right? So this dot reset, is equal to this dot reset dot bind. Oops. And after that, what I would need to do is this dot state. It's using the previous state. Actually, I don't really need to use the previous state at all. So in the reset, all that we need to do is set the counter to 0. So return counter 0. This should be fine. And now reset 0. Reset 0. Thing is, in this specific method, we are not really using the previous state. So I can actually remove the previous state and have a much simpler call, which looks something like this. Now, if you see reset, plus 10, plus 10, reset, plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, reset, right click, inspect. Let's make sure that there are no errors in the console. Cool. Learning component is defined but not used. That's fine. Let's do a little bit of styling. So I'll go to body and add a little bit of padding. So let's add so that we have some margin at the top. In this step, we added the decrement methods as well as the implementation for reset very quickly. I hope you are having an interesting time doing this exercise. I'll see you in the next step. Until then, bye-bye.